Hello and you're welcome back to this Yoga for Beginners series. My name is Maureen, and in today's video we're going to be exploring the importance of creating a dedicated yoga space in your home. But before we get started, please kindly subscribe to my channel and let's dive in. Having a dedicated yoga space in your home can help to improve your overall health and well-being by inspiring and motivating you to practice yoga much more frequently. But it also has the additional benefit of saving you time, saving you money, and saving you stress. Your dedicated yoga space ends up being like a place where you can have a personal retreat, you can relax, you can unwind, you can practice your yoga and meditation with ease and without any distraction. Now, a dedicated yoga space in your home could easily be a bedroom, a room dedicated solely for the practice of yoga, but it could also easily be a section or a corner of your bedroom or your living room or any other area of your home that resonates with you. When it comes to creating the right space for you, there are a few simple steps that you can take when choosing such a space. The first step is choosing the right space. So take a look around your home, around your apartment, find a quiet space that is clear and clutter-free, where you can actually practice without distraction. You might need to move things around, rearrange your room, rearrange your apartment to be able to create such a space for your practice. Now, ideally, the kind of space you're looking for should be enough to contain your mat and also have some free area all around your mat where you can actually spread your arms wide or your legs wide without hitting something. And guys, it doesn't have to be perfect to start. You just have to serve you right now. And as you progress, you may want to improve your space. The next step is to personalize your space. So now after you have actually chosen the right spot for your yoga practice, for your yoga space, the next step is for you to add some personal touches to it. Right? Now we furnish. Okay, so ideally, you might consider adding some elements that resonate with you, that inspire you, or that can motivate you to actually practice yoga, things that can bring you into a positive mindset. You could consider adding plants. I mean, I love plants for a space. But add some color, add some nature to your space. They also have some like calming qualities, depending on the plant. Anyway, the next one is to consider is scented candles. You need to improve the smell of your space. You need to smell fresh. You need to smell calming. You need to be something that puts you into a meditative mindset for your yoga practice. Next, you might want to consider some meaningful artwork. It could be things that speak to you. They could even be simple things. They could be yoga related. They could be yoga pose calendar, a chart. They could also be like frames of quotes, affirmations, scriptures, or things that really push you, things that target your mind. You could have something that motivates you, something that pushes you to your goal. Whatever your goal is for practicing yoga, it could be something you frame, something that you can look at every time you sit there, and it puts you in the right frame of mind or even encourages you to push yourself further and to deepen your practice. But most importantly, no matter what element you choose to add, it has to have a personal touch. It has to be something that reflects your personality. So don't just choose something because you think it should be there. It's your space. Make it yours. Make it likable. Make it a space that when you enter, you're like, yes, you have arrived in your space. And it doesn't even have to be complicated. You don't have to have all, but it's something that puts you in a positive mindset for your yoga practice. The next step is lighting and ambience. You need to pay particular attention to the lighting in your yoga space. Ideally, natural light is perfect. If you have windows that you're looking out, like large windows like this, they are perfect lighting. They help to flood the place naturally, makes it bright and airy. But if that is not possible, then you might want to invest in soft and warm interior lighting. Light that gives a serene atmosphere, create it for your practice. Or if you can have such lights, you can even just have candles, scented candles, warm, maybe not so bright, but it puts you in that kind of frame of mind that is you already, your mind is calm, you're beginning to shut yourself down so that you can deepen your practice, so that you can fully relax into it. And if you have some external lights like this, you might consider having dimmable lights depending on the time of day you practice. Like this kind of light, as bright as it is, might be perfect for morning for the daytime, but it might seem too harsh at night. So you might want to dim them. So they might want to be dimmable. That's the point I'm trying to make. These ones are also dimmable for nighttime. We like to dim it, bring a little bit of calmness to the atmosphere. Okay? The next step is choosing the right yoga props. Yoga props are very essential for your yoga practice. They help you to support you in your practice in a lot of ways. A yoga mat is essential. Personally, I don't consider yoga mats a prop. They are essential. They are the seat on which you even start your practice on, and the props they help you to build. So, in terms of props, you might consider having yoga blocks. You might consider having a yoga strap, then a pillow if you're going to be doing some restorative yoga practice. And lastly, I would really recommend having a yoga blanket in your space. It doesn't have to be a yoga blanket. It could just be a blanket you have in your home, but it's dedicated to your yoga practice. You're going to need it a lot. These yoga props are going to help you to deepen your practice and to relax fully into your space. Now, the next step is to create a ritual. Okay, I know that in that part of the word ritual has like negative connotations. But in this instance, it's just about having specific activities that you do in a fixed order that helps to set the tone that you're ready to actually start your practice. It could be something simple as you put on the music, ambient music, calm music that can facilitate your yoga practice. You light your scented candles and allow it to permeate your space. You can feel the space, you can feel the sacredness of your space begin to warm up to support you. And lastly, it could just be now you sit and you can start by breathing, place your arms on your thighs, begin to move your body, begin to listen to the sound of the music, and begin to bring awareness into your body and into your mind. So it's important that you create a ritual so that once you go through this sequence, it triggers your brain, it signals to your brain that you're actually ready to start your yoga practice. Lastly, once you have had your space set up, it's time for you to practice. Sometimes yoga is not just physical, right? So even if the only time you make is for you to just sit down, close your eyes, and breathe for a few minutes, you have actually practiced yoga. But once you have had all this set up and you have a ritual, then now it's time for you to practice yoga and feel your space supporting you. I hope you have enjoyed creating your dedicated yoga space with me, but you must remember that the idea is to make it uniquely yours, nobody else's. Make it fit you, make it serve you, make it suit and improve and even encourage your practice. And if your situation is not ideal, you don't have a room or you don't even have a corner to yourself that you can dedicate to your yoga practice, you have to make do with what you have. When I first started practicing yoga, I never could afford to have a space dedicated to my yoga practice. Every morning when I wanted to practice, I have to move things around, a chair, a bed, to be able to lay my mat down to practice. I've also explored parks and gardens in the mornings when they're quiet, and the sound that normally accompanies my yoga practice is the sound of the birds. And on its own, it could also be quite relaxing and calm. So explore what you can and make use of what you have to facilitate your yoga practice, your private yoga practice, okay? And if home is not convenient for you, then you are going to explore yoga studios and gyms for your practice. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please kindly give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. And hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of our videos in the coming series. In our next video, we're going to be talking about the foundation of breath, of the yogic breath, pranayama. And thank you for joining me in today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.